Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Devil's Advocate, Trades Edition on our segment, Hardhats and Hard Truth. Joined with me is my co-host, Michael. And I told you guys that he was going to be the one to pick today. So we've been sitting here for a few minutes before we jump on, and he gets to pick the topic today off of all of the comments. So it's all you, Michael.
I think the topic, I mean, we've talked a lot about the bitching, the whining, the moaning, the finger pointing, and especially the finger pointing without reason, which I always find hilarious because they're like, well, it's an HR problem. Okay, why? Not saying it, just it's an HR problem. Okay, we'll discuss that a little bit as to why, because other people talk about it. But I just think it's funny how some people are along the lines of going, it's a problem, but won't say what the problem is. So do you just feel it's a problem or is it a real problem? But one thing that's in here is there's a lot of people where they say it's not an issue. It's no issue. Like, you know what? One of them says, like, it's the best roofer I've ever worked with, right? She's amazing, right? Best electrician, best this, best that. And then there's other ones where it's like, you know, I've been working there for 7 years and I got skipped over for promotions. Okay, well, again, you're not really laying out whether or not, is it a skill set thing? Is it a seniority thing? Is it an ability thing?
Is it a nepotism thing?
Is it nepotism? Yeah. It could be anything. Could be anything. Is it because you're a woman? Is it because you're a woman?
Well, I just get
Do you
so
play well with others?
Yeah. And for me, when I read those comments, like, because I'm boots on the ground still, I see all of it. Like, I see all of it. I see the harassment amongst men. I see sexual harassment. I experience that as well. I experience the harassment as well. But I don't look at it like I'm not that woman that's like, oh my God, I was victimized today. I'm like, oh, challenge accepted.
That's a great way to look at it.
I'm like, we going straight level abuser today. Like I don't look at it as a harassment and that it has to be something pretty profound. Like if they're threatening me, then you get a very different demeanor. Right. And if they're like, because there's a lot of flirting that happens on site, but then here's the other thing. And I was talking to my other half about this. I'm like, do you find that men and women flirt without realizing that they're flirting? Because I'm nice. I'm not a mean, I don't walk on a site and be like, okay, this is what we're fucking doing today. And you guys, like, I don't talk like that. I'm like, hey guys, how was everybody's night last night? How'd you guys do? Well, you know, what's your goals for today? Blah, blah, blah. Here's some fucking breakfast sandwiches. Let's chat about this. And I'm really sweet. And I will get to know each person on some level because I want to pay attention to who they are because they might be placed by their company in the wrong position. That happens so often where their skill set is not where the company has them. And I'm paying attention on my sites as to what you're good at based off of what you're talking to me about, how you talk to me, how you work, how you move, what you're like, everything. I pay attention to the person. And sometimes I've pulled people and moved them around because I'm like, this is not where you're good. Like I've had people where we have demolition and these guys are pulling it apart like they're going to put it back together. And I'm like, demolition.
Smash it.
Demolition. Do you have any anger in your body at all? Any anger? And they're like, oh no, we can disassemble this. And I'm like, we're throwing it all in the garbage. We don't need to disassemble. We need to smash it out. We need to get rid of it, get it down as fast as possible. So I'll move people. So then instead of being like, you don't know how to do demolition, I just sit back and go, you know what? You're really amazing at this. So I'm going to just swap some teams out because I want you to excel where you excel and I need you over here. So it's not demeaning them. They suck at demolition. Let's not pretend. But I'm not going to say that to them. I just want a couple of guys that are pissed off and want to smash a bunch of shit. So I'm like, hey, you two, go get it done.
You look like you're having a bad day over here.
That's right. Listen, wife pissed you off this morning. I got a treat for fucking you.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, people pay for those smash break rooms, right? Where you bring stuff and smash. Like you get paid to do it.
I know.
I love.
Me
Give me a sledgehammer and a concrete wall. All right.
Do you know what I love doing? This is horrible. I love smashing those fucking, what are they called? The I can't think of what they're called. The fluorescent lights. The long fluorescent lights. Bye. We had to smash like 100 of them one day, and I was like, everybody.
Don't forget your respirator. That's important. There's not good stuff in there. You're like, I'm feeling a little lightheaded.
Yeah.
Respirator. Put your respirator on. Yeah.
Put your respirator on. Keep going. But yeah.
Actually, there's another comment here that goes in line with that, where it's like from this girl Jessie, right? Where it just says, "I love it. Also, you can't offend me.
Yeah.
Right? There's a thick skin that's required in construction specifically, or really in any of the trades, right? Because it is male dominated. And listen, dudes are assholes. We're assholes to each other quite often, right? So it's not because you're a woman that we're doing it. We've just done it. Lost your sound there. Lost your sound, Lisa. Lisa, lost your sound. Can't hear you. Yeah, no, can't hear you. No. So, anyways, welcome to the Michael podcast while Lisa's fixing her sound, because I'm not going to edit this out. It'll be kind of funny as she laughs in absolute silence over there. Nope, still not. Nope, nope. So if you're watching and you're really good at reading lips, then we'll just, you can go ahead and do that and read lips. Well, I don't know. Maybe I will cut some in this section. Nope, still no sound. Hold, please. See, I can read lips, but it's also a lot easier when people have catchphrases. Nope, still no sound. So I'm by myself for a bit. See what happens when she jumps back in, or I'll have to splice this. This is an interesting one. It's literally like if I brought my 6-year-old daughter to work with me. That's somebody's opinion of having women on site. It's kind of a jerk sentence.
Why is there no sound? Oh, there we go.
Now I hear sound. Now I can hear you. All right, okay. I'll chop some of that out.
It's not it's saying stopped on my side.
No, it says, well, there's a little note up in the top corner of mine where it says something. Put my glasses on.
Oh no, it's telling me
a new recording for Lisa McGrath due to change in the device.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks. But apparently, I'm sure you had fun with Michael because he was fucking hilarious.
No, I'm not a good podcaster. I just sit here and talk.
That's what podcasting is.
I'm a sounding board. That's it.
Oh my God, is it not working again?
No, you're good.
Okay. Good.
Like one lady's like 30 years in. I pull my weight. Like maybe there should be more, because there seems a lot of like finger pointing in the conversation, rather like it's their fault, it's their fault, it's their fault. Where like a comment like that was like, I'm 30 years in, I pull my weight. Cool. If you're there to do your job and you do your job, there shouldn't really be a conversation about who this and what that.
Well, that's the reason why I created the Hardhats Hard Truth was to dig into some of these issues. So we can, like, when you extrapolate the issue and actually talk about it, to diminish the divisiveness of the sexes. Because a lot of times it doesn't happen. And they both have their own bullshit. And that's why I always bring it down to the person, right? It's like, excuse me, it always takes one person inside of a setting for you to have worked with that has just fucking tainted you. And when you get more than one, you just get further tainted and dig your heels in about that type of person. And you're not looking, so it could be, we've had 3 women come through here. None of them pulled their weight. All of them whined. Some of them caused drama. And then that's the setting. That's what they know. So to them, that's their reality of women in trades. Right. And then some women, every time they go to a company, they're dealing with, the machismo male that it doesn't back down and catcalls and says stupid shit. And so then they're like, everyone's a pig and I fucking hate it. And you know what I mean? So that's their experience. So you can't diminish somebody's experience, but what you can do is you can alter to say, those are really horrible experiences, but that's not what it's all about. The companies you're choosing or selecting should be, you should be involving those companies to give them a chance to maybe correct that. Right? Because people will say, like, I've heard the one, oh, well, she was a diversified hire. And I'm like, oh, here we go.
An equity hire? Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
maybe.
I mean, I make the joke. Or
maybe she's good at the job.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I make the joke all the time, Michael. Like, I'm that person that walks on the site and they're like, who are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm the one that runs the site. The diversified, female, colored, like they checked all the fucking boxes with me,
That's right.
The guys just some guys just stand there and they're like, do I laugh? And then the old school boys fucking howl. They're like, you're fucking hilarious. And I'm like, well, just want to get it out there. It's the elephant in the fucking room, right, boys? And they fucking laugh. They think it's hilarious. But I don't look at myself like that. I got the job because I'm intelligent and I know what I'm talking about, and I work well with teams and I work well with people. And I organize people. That's basically what I do, right? I make the job optimal because I pay attention to the crews that are doing it and I support them and make sure they're doing their job right.
Well, you have fun with it in a no bullshit kind of way, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. I don't walk on and be all like bitchy, but let me tell you, let a guy fucking say something stupid, or even a female. I've had females come at me and I'm like, oh, do you like your job?
Like, you could not be here. That's an option.
Like, that's cool. Like, there's I've caught some females causing a lot of drama. I have. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I don't have time for that. This isn't Gossip Girl. So save your drama. Save your baby mama drama for something else.
Yep.
So, or
I
when
will
the girls
say,
gossip about the guys at work and vice versa. Like I've walked into a back shop and the guys are talking shit about the girl. But then here's where it gets tricky for someone. And tell me like if like give me your perspective on this. But I've walked into the back knowing that the female is a problem, having to have written her up twice, have a conversation about her attitude and behavior. She's rude, she's demeaning, she commands respect, all the things that most guys don't like. And I've had to sit down and try and tell her, like, I don't say, I hate the word soften. You need to soften yourself. No, you don't.
yeah.
I need you to come in and speak to people the way you want to be spoke to. That's what I need.
Say it straight, say it plain.
If you want people to speak to you the way you're speaking to them, hey, great. Because that's what you're going to get. But that's what I need. I'm like, and she's like, oh, I have all these problems. I'm like, unfortunately, as much as I would love to say, I'm not your HR person.
Right.
We have an HR person for that. I'm like, if you need time off, if you need whatever, but the things that go on in your world when you leave the door of your house have to be left there.
Yeah. Don't care about that stuff.
If they can't be left there, take a few minutes in your car and text me and say, I've just got to run through, because there is a fit for work like protocol. If you're not fit for work mentally because your head is stuck on these situations, I'll give you some time off to deal with it. But I'm not your counselor. I can't counsel you through this. Anyway, so she's a real fucking problem. And the guys are in the back having a smoke out the back door. And I am coming through the back and I can hear them. Fucking guys are loud. And I can hear them talking shit. And she is in the back on the opposite side. So they can't quite see her, but I can see her. And I can see she's listening to everything they're saying. And I can see that they're talking nothing but mad shit. And I'm kind of like, I'm like at a crossroads, because I'm like, what they're saying isn't really wrong. Rude, like the way they're saying it, but not really wrong. And she's just sitting there listening. So I'm like, split second, I'm like, call out her name really loud. And they fucking look up and they look over at me. And I'm like, come with me for a second. And I look at them and I kind of give them the eyes like, way to go. Stupid. But I don't give them shit for it, because I'm like, that's them having a conversation. The only thing I say in passing to them is, maybe let's keep our voices down if we're going to talk smack about other people.
I think a lot of that, though, if it was a dude, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but based on my experience, is if it was a dude, the dude would have been in the conversation and they would be just giving him smack directly. Right? Like,
I don't know.
There was a lady. Did you ever heard about, was it Noah Vincent, the female writer? So for like 18 months, she pretended fully to be a man, like lived the man's life, everything else like that.
Yes, I've heard about this.
And she's like, awful. It's cruel. It's everything else. And she eventually opted for assisted suicide, because she's like, she couldn't handle the amount of pressure of what it is to be a man. Some people could say it's the world's smallest violin. Maybe. But I also have a place in my brain I can run to my nothing box and literally nothing's happening. Right? So like, I can just go, like, what are you thinking about? Nothing. What are you looking at? The space between my eyeballs and the other surface, like nothing.
Yeah, it's like you guys go to like your little quiet, happy place.
Oh, yeah. It's not even a quiet happy place. There's nothing. There's nothing happening. Like just absolute silence. Right? So we can do that. Right? So if she's like horrible, awful things are said or whatever at work or personal, I can shut it out.
Mm-hmm.
I can file it under G. It's gone.
Yeah.
Right? So like at work, like if somebody's dogging it at work, I just tell them straight, you're dogging it. Like you're sucking. Like, oh, you can't move that heavy thing? Suck it up. Do it anyway.
Yeah. Like the guys are far worse to each other. Like I will admit that the guys are far worse to each other. And I've seen guys get bullied at work. Like the new guy, if the new guy can't keep up. So this is like the hazing and where you get accepted. And there's a process of it in the hierarchy of just males. And so when I walk onto site and there's a new guy and he says to me, excuse me, what do I need to do? I'm like, you need to go talk to those guys. That guy right there, that's so-and-so. He's your foreman. That's the guy right beside him. That's so-and-so. That's kind of his right hand. And then that's their crew. Go introduce yourself. And I'm like, and I grabbed his arm and I said, have you ever worked in trades before?
Right.
And he said, no. And I said, okay, don't take anything personal. Don't take anything personal. I'm like, you are going to go through a series of tests by the guys to see if you were going to fit their crew. And he was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, you'll understand. I can't tell you anymore. This is the fucking jungle. Go off, little one.
Well,
but it's true. And I watch them.
Sometimes depending on the trade, right? Like you're actually could be responsible for somebody else's safety, their life, right? Like,
and
so
a lot
there
of the
does
guys,
need to be that testing back and forth. Like, are you somebody who's going to do what needs to get done when it needs to get done? Because otherwise, my life becomes a nightmare. My life could be at risk, right? Depending on what you're doing. Right? Like, you need to test that type of stuff. You need to test somebody's mental and physical fortitude.
100%. And I remember when I went to one of the foremen when I was watching this fucking hazing bullshit go down, and I was like, what are you doing? And they're like, listen, there's a fucking protocol in men's world. And I'm like, a protocol? And he's like,
what?
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to give you the secret inside of trades. And I was like, ooh, secrets. I was like, I'm going to be part of the boys. And he's like, no. But he was like,
a little bit.
He's like, just so you understand, so I don't need to deal with 500 write-ups. We go through a hazing series for 3 reasons. We need to see your loyalty, your strength, your stamina, and if after everything you're still willing to make sure that if there's a fucking issue, you will be there protecting us as we will protect you. We have your back. We're not going to let you get hurt. He's like, but if there's at any point you break and show us that you would let us get hurt, even after we all razz each other, even after we all try to make, like, he's like, the day's already fucking hard enough. Home is already hard enough. Things, bills, everything already hard enough. When I come to work and I'm with the boys at work, he's like, I don't want any fucking bullshit. We have a job to do. We need to get it done, and we need to get it done safe. And this goes for like lots of different skilled trades where they're like, I need to make sure you have the skill and you can take the pressure, because there's going to be times when I'm not here and you have to take the pressure. And if I'm not here and I haven't instilled that into you, then you're going to crumble. Right. I can't have you fucking walking off site needing 10 fucking minutes because somebody hurt your feelings. And I'm like, so then that day, just to be a dickhead that day, I went and built a fucking hurt feelings report. Legitimately.
No.
I did. Such an asshole.
Just to make a bonfire with the stack of papers afterwards?
Like, no. Like I made like the best hurt feelings report. Okay. It was like, it had like check boxes of like, did you bring your tampon today? Like I was an asshole about it. Right. And I was like, and then when he was talking to me and I started to get like, I put my serious face on and I'm like, well, you're an asshole. And I'm like, and I just want you to know that that's not how we run here. And if you really like your job, then maybe you should, reconsider this, that, and the other thing. And then kind of said some things that I knew about him personally to kind of like sweeten the deal. And he's like, wow, that was really fucking hurtful. And I'm like, here's your hurt feelings report. And he fucking burst out laughing. He's awesome. Like, you said all that shit just to fucking do this.
And I was like, say that.
100%. And he's like, yeah. Like, that's why you're one of the best leads. He's like, you fucking get it.
Well, that actually goes right in line. So Ashley was like, she says, I love it. I'm the only girl that lays asphalt in this company, and I earned my spot. That's a person who actually understands the economy of the community in construction, because it is a community, right? And there's a balance. Doesn't matter if you're male, doesn't matter if you're female, doesn't matter if you're strong male, strong female, weak female. Doesn't matter. There's an earning of that position.
100%.
Because if you're not the cog in the machine that everybody else is, the machine's going to break, and it's going to break, and everybody's going to be carrying that extra weight, that extra pressure. So you have to show up. You have to show up. You have to do what needs to get done. You got to suck it up. I don't care about your problems at home, right? When there's something to be done.
We all have problems.
We all have problems. But you know what? That's what break time's for. That's what lunch time's for. That's what break time's for. That's what going out after work is for. Right? But when it's time to work, it's time to work.
Absolutely. Agreed. Now, there is, yes, very much so earning, but she understands that dynamic because every guy has to earn his spot, right? So that's right. Like it's funny because I use some of the same verbiage that you're using in yesterday's podcast, where I was like, there's cogs and this and that and whatever, right? So everybody has a part to play. And there's nothing more frustrating then, okay, this is going to sound like shit, but let's just say it.
There's no other way to
nothing more
say some of
frustrating
this
than
stuff.
seeing a male or female on site constantly in the boss's face, like being their fucking buddy. And you can see the camaraderie between them while you're working, they're doing lip service, and you're just like, why are you fucking here? Like, you're supposed to be helping us, and you're fucking jawing away with the boss, but the boss is fucking not saying anything, male or female. I've watched that shit go down. And I'm like, and I remember there's a couple times where I've walked up and been like, you got something to do? And they're like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, okay, like, go do it.
Kiss ass all day, and that's it. And you're like,
yeah, I don't have time for that
by
shit.
you kissing ass all day actually makes my job harder. I
Not
mean,
only
that might lead you to promotion. Maybe.
That's it. That's it, Michael. It's when those fucking people get into the managerial role and now they're running these crews. And I'm like, no.
That'll be no respect to the crew. The crew will not respect that person ever.
No. And it just irritates me when I see that, when people are like, oh, well, like I started here and I'm here, I'm up in management, and it was like 6 months. That's where the terms for males come into, that's where those fucking derogatory terms come in for males, where it's like, you don't know where one starts and one ends, sucking dick for a promotion, on their knees. That's what that all means. All means the same thing. You're sucking up to the fucking boss to get a higher job instead of actually doing your job and earning the respect from the crews. You can do both. You can be the person that wants to be visible to the boss while doing your job. Because like you said, there's breaks, there's lunch, there's this, there's that. And you can have those conversations.
The best way to be visible to the boss, and this goes by any company, any job you have, you want to be the most visible person, always think, how can I make the company more profitable?
Do you know what's funny? I love
that you do just that. You do just that. You need no conversations. You need to do nothing else. If you just constantly talk about making the company more profit, that's the number one word in everything you do, you'll get promoted like a mother. Like, up.
You think so? Up. Hold on. You're not completely right on that one. At least not in Alberta. And I know my Alberta trades will come and tell you this. The boys on the ground will come and agree with me on this. You can make the company more profitable on things that you do, say, and how you manage your sites, your crews, whatever, even bringing in clients, having great client reviews. But there's always one motherfucker ahead of you that's now threatened by you, and they will create drama. They will try to stir a narrative about you. I've seen it time and time again. I don't know too many men that would disagree with that comment. They're like, oh yeah.
So you jump. If you're an employee, you jump. So what you do is you track all your metrics, right? So again, profit is built for the company and also for yourself. So it's your individual profitability that's what makes you hireable. So what you do is you track your metrics. And if it becomes poisonous because you've got that one douchebag or two or whatever, right? Jump ship, go to another company and go, look, I did the metrics here. This is what I want to do. I was limited by the people above me. I left because of toxic culture. I want to work somewhere that doesn't have toxic culture. You just say it right from the get-go. Set your expectations. No one's going to say no. You think I wouldn't hire somebody who honestly cares and could show metrics?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But then people are also, don't forget where we are sitting as an economy too, right? People are a little nervous to start jumping jobs. Now in construction, there's always going to be construction jobs, especially with us moving into construction season.
Yeah, and with new AI data centers, all this type of stuff, there's more investment right now because governments are competing for making stuff more local, blah, blah, blah. There's lots of stuff. There's so many jobs in construction. Lots of things
going on. Yeah. They just got to look for, because it's always, it always comes down to that, that test of time question of what's better, is the grass really greener on the other side of the fence? Like, it's better to deal with the devil than the devil you don't.
Well, there's two ways to handle it, right? Like, the grass is greener on the other side. Maybe you could have just watered your own grass. It's where you water it, right? So, and sometimes you're not in control of the water. So if you're in a company where it's just like you're not in control of it, like say you got to the point of project management or foreman, right? But you know that there's nowhere else to go. It doesn't matter how much you water that grass. Get out. Do the 3-year hop. Every 3 years, if you're not getting to where you want to get, leave. Go somewhere else. You don't have to life a job just because you're just there.
Yeah.
Right? Like, burn all boats, burn all ships and go for it.
Sunk my battleship 1054.
100%. Yeah.
A5.
Like, I still get job offers every week, like 5 to 10 job offers every week. I've been out of trades for 3 years. Every week, 5 to 10 job offers.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mr.
Good money too,
Popularity.
like really good money. Just
I
not.
bet
It's
there
just
is.
not something that doesn't interest me anymore.
Michael, we forgot to fucking set a timer, and we're 27 minutes in.
What the hell? God, we
I
never
know.
shut
And
up.
guess what? I mean, like, maybe that was like the universe being like, you needed to set a timer and then shut my mic off like an asshole.
Well, technically, I mean, I do have some editing to take out of just dead zone time because me just staring at the camera going, it's probably not good content.
She left me. She left me here.
Yeah. Well,
It's like when you leave somebody and they're like,
what do I do? What do I do? I'm not a podcaster. I'm the response person. I don't build content. I don't do
you're like
this stuff.
co-host.
Yeah. Really, it's just
Emphasis on the co.
Yeah, high emphasis on the co.
Okay, so in order for us to wrap this up, because we do squirrel, and especially me, I'm bad for it, and I know it. That's what happens when you're in the trades. All of us have a touch of the tisms, so that's why we're so good at it. But now, basically what we started with is just looking at the difference that there's good and bad. That the last one that you talked about was a woman who talked about earning the respect, and that a lot of comments were guys that said they had no problem. So I think the next one I would like to dive into two aspects. One, the misogynistic comments, and I'll tell you why. Because I want to understand, and let's just spitball why, if they think it's just a funny thing or if there's actual meaning behind it. Because that's something I said on my last podcast. I was like, "Are you really that fucking guy?"
I'd say for the vast majority, it's gonna be for humor, right? Because that's how we deal. That's how men deal with stuff, is usually through humor. Like, think of every relationship. How many times have you said, "Why do you try to turn everything to a joke?" Good, because that's how I handle shit.
Yeah, but see, that's the reverse in mine.
Right. But I'm a man, you're a woman, right? I'm surprised it's different. Shocker. That's the very nature of this whole conversation. It's fucking different.
I know. He tells me all the time. He's like, there's days where I fucking wonder if you a dude. And I'm like, what? I'm not. I was born a woman. I got scars to prove it. I had babies. And he's like, I know. He's like, but he's like, you spent too much time with. I did though. I was a tomboy growing up. Some people would be like, tomboy when you were younger is when you'd be a lesbian now. But no, I was a tomboy and I was very sports minded, very competitive. Love hanging out with the guys that are less drama. Men were less drama when I was younger. It was very simple. It was like, you have a problem, we go outside and we fucking punch each other in the face, call it a day.
That's it. Done.
Yeah. And it was like, and then it was done. And it wasn't like, I fucking hate you, I don't want to talk to you. It's like, we could all sit in the same circle, we could all be friends again. But there was going to be a fight that broke out. And you know what? Like, I have a good friend of mine that to this day, he's been in my life since I was 5 years old. We used to scrap as kids. And let me tell you something. I think it's the only reason I can take a hit, because he didn't hold back. I was like, Jesus Christ.
So it's funny that you mentioned that. I was out with my girlfriend the other day, and this guy like that I've known for a while, and he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I could take it, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, but you probably want to talk about that for your girlfriend. And I was like, is it all right if we fight? She's like, yeah, like, you're a dude, like go deal with your dude stuff. Yeah, it's fine. It's just fight.
Are you talking about Lovely Red?
Yeah. Normal woman who's just like, yeah, go do your dude things, get it out of your system. Just don't come crying to me if you lose. Right? Like, good answer.
I know. And then but that's the other thing. Like, you can't be the girl that like starts the fight and she's like, my boyfriend's gonna kick your ass. I'm like, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Like, listen, if you want to pick a fight, you gotta have the fight.
That's right.
That's it.
But that's it, right? Like, I mean, there are certain moments as a female where I'm in my feminine with my partner, and I'm looking to him like, deal with that.
And recognizing the difference.
I don't want to deal with that. Yeah. And he does. But if a guy comes up and starts talking shit to me, and because obviously if it's a female, I'm going to deal with it. But if a guy comes up and starts talking shit to me, I don't expect him to come and save me, because I'm like, cool. You want to light this fucking candle? I'm crazy. I'm close to menopause. Let's fucking dance.
Close to menopause. But it's recognizing the difference. I like that you brought that up, like being able to sit in your feminine, right? Because, it's men don't have much of a feminine side. Well, not men, like most of the guys I hang out with don't at all, really.
Yeah.
But there's a couple who do, right? And so recognizing that balance, and I think that's something that really doesn't exist at work because everybody's fighting for the male type role position
Yeah.
and is letting like I would be much happier if there was a woman on a job site instead of trying to compete like guys compete. Don't
Hmm.
just don't. I mean, it's a waste of time. I think
Yeah.
show your skills. Try to be as kind as you can. Joke around with them.
Yeah.
If they hand you bullshit, hand it back. Hand it back.
100%.
You want respect, hand it back. Like wherever
100%.
they go 5% more.
Do you know what? Yeah. And do you know what else they like? They like if you can hold your own
Hell yeah.
in every sense of that word.
Yep.
If you're in restoration, you're pulling floor, you're fucking hauling garbage bags in, you're hauling poly in, you're hauling in equipment. They pay attention to that. Is she in the trenches with me?
Yep. Your max
And
doesn't have to be my max. I just need to know that you're running at max like I am. That's it.
yeah, if you're
Whatever
running
that
at
level
your
is.
max,
That's it.
we're good. 100%.
Like,
They love
there's
that.
other dudes
And
I
then
work with who can't do it either. There's dudes that I've been at work with, like I fill a garbage can up and they can't lift it up. Right? I just take it and pull it with one hand. So, but I don't crucify them for that. I just go, okay, well, you have to move faster with lighter weight then. Okay.
Well, it's funny because when I was on site once, they were hauling a bunch of poly in because we were doing a demolition, and I was like, "Yeah, give me some," because I was like, "They're busy. There's a bunch of guys, and they just rolled up with equipment." So I'm like, "Yeah, come on, just give me the poly," and he like gives me like one. I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Come on.
I'm like, "Do you walk in with one fucking thing of poly?" And he's like, "No, I walk in with 5. Great, give me 5. Let's go." He's like, "What?" I'm like, well, I'm not doing it all day long. You need to deliver this. I need this to get done. So just give me the 5 fucking rolls of poly. Let's go. He's like, can you handle it? And I'm like, do I look like I'm 105 pounds? And he's like,
And
no.
either way, we'll find out. Maybe it turns out
That's
to be
right.
4. Maybe it turns out to be 3. Maybe it is 1. But you know what? If you do 5, I'm going to try 5. I'm at least going to try it.
I haul in 5 rolls of poly, no problem, over my shoulders. Yeah. And, and it's not a big deal. But it's funny. I always find it funny because even though I'm female, when I go into my masculine, the guys that are always sitting in their optimal masculine freak the fuck out. Because they're like, this doesn't belong. Like, she needs to sit in her feminine. She shouldn't be doing this job. This is not her regular job. And some guys kind of freak, let me help you with that. I'm like, you don't need to help me with that. Go help him unload the rest of the fucking truck. I'm good.
I'd be like, hell no. I'd be like, you know what? Awesome. Go do your thing. That's great. Because I like out like in the business place, like out in the world. I like women to be strong, powerful, independent, everything else like that. When you're at home, I want them comfortable and they're feminine, relaxed, chill, that type of stuff. But also recognizing that like in conflict, I usually would be like, okay, it's conflict. I would prefer if you're beside or behind, right? In not necessarily the physical sense, but the mental sense. Because if it does turn to violence, I'm probably more capable.
Yeah.
Well, and I said probably. I said probably.
Because I'm like this little feisty squirrel, right?
So
there's times
probably.
where, and so then I'll fucking lash out at somebody because they're talking shit to me. And then all of a sudden I just feel like this pull at the back of my shirt and I get like pulled behind and it's like, settle down. And then all of a sudden he's in front of me and he's like, we're not doing this today.
Yeah, this is over.
Yeah. Go take a walk.
I'm doing this for your safety.
And I'm like, I could have fucking taken him. And he's like,
I know. I was doing it for them. I wasn't doing it for you. I was doing it for them.
I'm like, you just saying that to make me feel better. And so then he sits me down and he goes, listen, you're going to probably get in 2 really good hits. Maybe one that knocks his ass out. Maybe. But then what happens in boy world is that he can't have that on him, which means he is going to catch you on a sucker shot after that. So this needs to end now, and I need to get involved because as my female person, you're running a fine line. And I'm like, let him sucker punch me. I kick him in the dick. He's like, listen, your aggression here needs to be here. Yeah. Okay. Here. And I hate that he can like reason with me even when I'm mad. Cause I'm like, I turn into like this little kid and I'm like, stomp away.
Stole my truck, stole my fire truck. I want it back.
This guy. That is what it is. Okay, we'll wrap up. So next week we'll pick another topic, or we'll pick another comment and we'll go through it together. As always, I appreciate you, Michael. Thanks for covering for me on my, I don't know, fucking technical difficulties.
Well, again, I'll trim some of that out because it's just me staring at a camera. It's probably not the most
it's kind of funny, right? People be like, why is it so quiet?
I ain't got
okay, everybody.
shit to say.
Okay, everybody, thanks, and have a great rest of your week. And we'll catch you next Thursday for our segment, Hard Hats and Hard Truth. So we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye, everyone.